Hi, I'm Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings. On today's show, we welcome a Venice Beach band from Southern California known as Grizfolk. Adam Roth, Brendan James, Billy D'Elia, Sebastian Fritz, and Friedrich Eriksson, who formed their alternative rock group back in 2013. Lead singer Roth says the band's name was his old nickname, Grizz Adams, since he resembled the actor who played the character Grizzly Adams on TV in the 1970s in the U.S. Their new project is titled Waking Up the Giants, and its influence comes from a variety of sources, including Bob Marley. Several songs were written while Adam was recovering from vocal cord surgery. It's an interesting story, and the band will perform as well. So join us today for Grizfolk, coming up on Border Crossings. Hi, this is Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings, and we've got a special show for you today. On tour for their new album is Grizfolk. They're here in Washington, D.C. via Venice, California, and other parts of California as well, and Sweden, too. So we'd like to welcome to D.C. Grizfolk. It's great to have you guys here.
Yeah, man. Great to be here.
Thanks for being a part of our show today. You're on tour for the new album?
Yeah, we just put out a new single. It's called In My Arms, featuring Jamie and Commons.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're just heading down south, actually playing in College Park, Maryland tonight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
Yeah, it feels nice to be back in the capital area.
You been here before?
We sure have.
To D.C.?
Yeah.
This a regular place for you to perform and tour?
I'd say it's pretty regular. We come to the East Coast a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we used to come in and it would get really cold because we love the freezing cold and the snow because we got some Swedish guys. So when it gets really cold, we love to come to the East Coast and hang out in the ice.
And when the group started, it was actually, I think, Adam who started it 2013, 2014, and it was called Grizz Adams. Is that how you?
Well, it was me and the Swedes, Frederick and Sebastian, and my nickname was Grizz Adams. That it wasn't really a nickname. I've never really had a nickname, but we named our SoundCloud Grizz Adams because I had a beard and it was kind of a joke, and then we changed the name to Grizfolk.
Mm-hmm. Why did you decide on that? I mean, that's kind of when you attach the word folk to your band name, you're kind of putting yourself in a certain lane.
Yeah, well,
the
thing is folk was referring to our fans and the particular people.
The Grizfolk.
The folk.
We are the Grizfolk.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And when you started, you were Americana.
Yeah, well, actually, we never really were Americana. Or you mean me personally? Or?
Well, the music you were doing.
The music was actually alternative. It was never. And we're more of a rock band, to be honest. We're not really a folk band at all. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we have roots in.
Today we are.
Today we are a folk band,
two
is
acoustic guitars.
Kind of the. And normally you're a 5-piece.
Yeah.
And a pretty loud, wild.
Yeah.
Rock band. So this is going to be the calm, toned down version.
Absolutely.
Of Grizfolk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And how did you hook up with your friends from Sweden?
We all met in Los Angeles, just working on different projects. Mm-hmm. Like we love to collaborate. We still do. We collaborate with all kinds of people, and that's kind of how it was born. Was from just wanting to write music with other people, which is kind of what happened with our new single "In My Arms," which is a co-write with Jamie and Commons.
Mm-hmm. And that song's already got, I think, 2+ million streams on Spotify, I just read.
That's what I heard.
That's what you heard. So that's good. That's good news to get.
Yeah, it's doing well.
That's what you want to hear.
Stoked.
3 million soon, I'm sure. And,
that's we're out here getting you to listen to it.
All right, so I'm going to ask you guys if you wouldn't mind doing some music for us.
Sure.
Since you're here ready to perform.
Love to.
Grizfolk, live in D.C. here on the Voice of America.
This is a song called Waiting for You. Like a prisoner waiting to be freed, like an island from afar. When you listen to your soul, did you feel me, and do you hear me in your heart? Maybe I'm a dreamer, or maybe I'm just falling apart. I put it all on the table for you to see that you and I's what we are. From this lonely coastline to New Orleans, I may have lost my way, but I still know what it means to be loved by you, by you. We're out just searching for something new, but I'm still waiting, waiting for you, waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you, and waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you. Like a soldier wounded in the war, like the tide that washed away. And do you listen to yourself in the morning? Do you hear me when I say, maybe I'm just lonely, and maybe I'm just falling for you. And baby, my heart is beating for a beat so that I always knew. From this lonely coastline to New Orleans, I may have lost my way, but I still know what it means to be loved by you, by you. We're out just searching for something new, but I'm still waiting, waiting for you, waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you, and waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you, and oh, 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 oh. Coastline to New Orleans, I may have lost my way, but I still know what it means to be loved by you, by you. We're all just searching for something new, but I'm still waiting, waiting for you, waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you, and waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you, and oh, 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 waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you, and waiting for you. I'm still waiting for you.
All right. Grizfolk, live here on Border Crossings. Why don't you introduce us, Adam, to the other guys in the group?
Sure. This is my cohort, Frederick. And this is Brendan.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Now, how did you, I mean, you mentioned that, you know, kind of in L.A. and you just ran into, you know, the Swedish producer team, songwriter team. What's the connection to Sweden? Have you guys performed in Sweden?
You know, me and Frederick have. When I lived with Frederick for about 3 or 4 months or something, and we played, you know, we actually played on the street at one point. I think that's when we gave up on playing on the street. And we played all over Europe. Sweden has such a rich music culture, and actually it's funny because I never really thought of that growing up down in the South, you know, and the music that comes from America and how it influences the rest of the world. But Sweden has this like, and actually a lot of European countries look to America for influence, you know, and rock and roll, and Europe in general just loves American rock and roll, you know. And I never realized that till I went over there, till I think we went over there and really saw, you know, the what the fans really want, you know, and it changed our outlook on what we want to make musically, you know. I think. I don't know if I got off the subject there.
No. But, I just was trying to find the Swedish connection because, you know, I think it's interesting. You got 2 guys from Sweden as a part of the band, and so I wanted to know if you had played in Sweden before. But because Sweden is known for a certain sound. I mean, it was the Swedish invasion. It was ABBA that kind of put Sweden musically on the map, and then Ace of Base and, you know, several others. But so is rock popular in Sweden?
For sure, yeah. We had a few years of a lot of like great rock bands coming out of Sweden, but it was all influenced by, you know, ABBA in a way, and then that kind of influenced the second generation of pop writers and just songwriters in general, and it's still going on. You know,
Mhm.
it's a big export. You know, a lot of people sit in Stockholm and write for the rest of the world, and it's really inspiring to see a small country have a lot of music coming out of a small country like that. You know.
And these days you hear Zara Larsson, you hear
Yeah.
Tove Lo. I mean, these names from Sweden are doing very, very well. But it's great to have Grizfolk here in the studios and on tour for Wake the Giants.
Waking Up the Giants.
Waking Up the Giants. And so that album was recorded partly in your home. I read in a living room.
Yeah, a few of our homes.
I mean,
We record all over. Like while we're traveling a lot, we were on tour for like 3 years, and so a lot of it was made in living rooms when we were home, in hotel rooms, and friends' houses, and then we would go home and go into the studio for a few days and play them live and get like the drums and the vocals and stuff, and then we'd carry on. It was a pretty cool process, but
Is this self-produced? You guys wrote the songs, produced the album yourself? Or?
yeah, for the most part.
yeah, for
We
the
had a
most
little-
part,
We had a little help from
little help.
Billy Bush and Kennedy.
CLA.
He mixed
Chris
it a little bit,
Lord-Algae.
but yeah.
You guys are with Virgin, right? Virgin Records?
We were. We're not on our label anymore. We're
Oh.
actually independent.
Okay.
Powered by the sun, and we run on vegetable oil.
Yeah.
And is this tour a world tour right now that you're on?
Uh,
Not right now. We're just doing the East Coast,
Okay.
and then we'll probably do the West, and then hopefully put out some new music next year, and then
How often do you like
start
to put out new
pushing it
stuff?
out.
Because you've put out a bunch of EPs, and last year's album, is doing very well for you. But
yeah.
I think you're probably ready for something new.
yeah, we took
are.
a little time off, and now we're just getting back in the swing of things. We rebuilt our business and stuff, and now we're rebuilding our music, and we're just really excited to start putting more stuff out there and doing it independently, actually, which is it's really exciting for us. I think.
Right. And so, as the tour continues and you make fans and gain more and more popularity, what are the goals for the band in 2018 for the next year? What are your plans?
I think our plan
More
is
touring,
to
right?
put out
Just
a lot
more
of music.
touring.
I mean, yeah, more touring, but kind of being a little bit more modern and smarter with it, because you can kind of tour relentlessly, and it is pretty hard on the body and relationships and stuff. And so what we'd like to do is kind of mix doing stuff at home, like releasing stuff online and kind of creating a community that way, and then taking what we create there on the road instead of doing it so much from the road and spending a little time at home. We want to make it a little bit more balanced. I think that's kind of the way of the world right now. Everybody needs a little bit more like stability and comfort. So we're trying to bake that into our business a little bit.
And you guys have done some big festivals, Bonnaroo and a number of other huge festivals. Do you have a preference? If do you like to play the 50,000 fan festival, or do you prefer the smaller, intimate places? Which do you like
Both,
better?
really.
Yeah, we love both. We had one of my favorite shows we've done was just the other night.
Yeah.
At a tiny little place called Mercury Lounge, in New York City. But then, we've also played Firefly Festival, which was, we walked out to
Gigantic.
like 20,000 people, and
Sure.
It's a different feeling, but they're both really, really cool.
Right. You can do crowd surfing. Do you jump into the...
Yeah, he does a little bit.
I do crowd swimming.
Hopefully not crowd dropping, Whoa, there's
I'm
Adam.
still in the crowd swimming phase, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. 2018 is approaching quickly. So
You had some throat surgery issues. That seems to be
I
a
did.
common thing these days with a lot of different artists who've had to come off the road because of throat issues.
yeah, I had a hemorrhagic polyp and had surgery and couldn't talk for a couple weeks, and couldn't sing for about 2 months, and took about 6 months to fully recover.
Wow.
The singing voice that I had, but yeah, it was a really interesting experience.
Does it help with your songwriting or your appreciation for what you do when you can't do it? It's not by choice. You can't do it anymore?
Yeah, no, for sure. I learned a lot from that period of time in my life, and I try to carry it with me, on a day-to-day basis. But
But you're singing now, and you're better now.
I'm singing now, and I'm trying to sing as much as I can. So.
Well, great. We're glad you're feeling well, and happy to have Grizfolk in our studios. Would you guys do another song?
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So this is Troublemaker?
Yeah, it's the Troublemaker.
This is a song called Troublemaker. oh, 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 oh. If I could love you in the right way, I wouldn't let you down before I go. I woke up in a black haze. Tomorrow I'll be plowing through the snow. Your heart is strong and your backhand's made of gold. These lights don't work and these tires are getting old. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? 'Cause you're too good to lose. You're the flavor I savor. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? 'Cause you're the trouble I want. You're my troublemaker. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you're my troublemaker. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you're my troublemaker. I chase you for a lifetime. If you leave me with the thrill I can't contain, with emptiness by my side, I'll always have a place to hide the pain. Your heart is strong and your backhand's made of gold. Whoa, whoa. These lights don't work and these tires are getting low. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? 'Cause you're too good to lose. You're the flavor I savor. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? You're the trouble I want. You're my troublemaker. Oh, 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 oh. You're my troublemaker. Oh, 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 oh. You're my troublemaker. Trouble in you is the trouble in me. And trouble in you is the trouble in me. I don't know what's wrong, but I love it. If you give it, I take it. It's your trouble I want. You're my troublemaker. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? 'Cause you're too good to lose. You're the flavor I savor. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? You're the trouble I want. You're my troublemaker. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? 'Cause you're too good to lose. You're the flavor I savor. Can I put you in my pocket and save you for later? You're the trouble I want. You're my troublemaker.
Woo! Grizfolk. Live here on Border. I'm always hesitant to jump in because I never know. Is more coming? You never can tell. I don't want to. Oh, here comes the next verse.
Well.
So you guys have been together now for 4 years, and what's the process in the writing? Is it Adam who writes all the songs, or do you do this collectively? Is this a group effort? How
No,
does
we
music
write all
come
together now. We're a 5-piece unit, you know, and like maybe one person will have an idea and it'll be mostly done, and then we'll bring it in, and then people can add what they do best to the idea. It's always different, but it's a collective sort of thing. Mm-hmm. It's a co-op.
Who gives you your most influence? Where do you get your influences from? You take from other groups and bands. I see you got an Aerosmith shirt on.
Oh, I just got this in New York City. It's an original vintage Aerosmith. Yeah.
Worn by Steven Tyler.
Worn by
there it is.
Steven
His
Tyler
sweat
himself.
hasn't been washed.
Never been washed and never going to be washed. Nah, that's a joke for all you people listening. They can't see. Okay.
This is a joke.
This is a joke. In parentheses. We get our influences all over the place. A lot of different artists. You know, there's so much good music out there right now, but we're really, you know, I love Bon Iver. You know,
Dave Grohl, man.
Foo
Fighters.
Dave Grohl, and Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
That matter.
All the Daves.
All the Daves. Any Dave.
Yeah.
Any day will do.
Any date will do ya.
So Waking Up the Giants, why did you call the album that? Is there a song on the album called
There
Waking
is a
Up the
song
Giants?
on the album
And
called Waking Up the
you
Giants.
figured this is going to be the song that's going to name our album? Well, I always wondered about that process because you got, 12 songs on an album? Why that song?
Yeah.
Well, I think the idea of it was really cool. We went through the songs and whether or not to name the album from a song or name it something else, like after an idea. We went through a lot of stuff and settled on that because Waking Up the Giants is a cool way to say like what's inside of you, like waking up that, but it also translates to a lot of different things in the world. Like you have like actual like folklore of giants waking up and like stomping through cities, and you have like giant like ideas waking up, like it can go like so many like really deeply. And so we liked that it was kind of like nebulous in a way. Like it didn't have to be one idea. It was just like whatever waking up your giants means to you, like then it goes. So
It's
that's
a personal
kind of,
thing.
yeah.
Right,
So
right.
we love to like share those ideas with people. Like, I mean, Grizfolk, Waking Up the Giants, like whatever we can, however we can include a listener or somebody who hears our music, the more we can do that, the better.
You tour a lot internationally, as you mentioned before. So what do you experience as the difference in the fans that you find here in the United States compared to what you've experienced internationally? Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a difference everywhere you go. I mean, all over the country and within each country, I mean, there's a difference between playing in Los Angeles and playing in Kansas, and there's a difference between playing in Berlin and Leipzig. And we've definitely experienced a little bit of that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was really exciting for us because we opened for Bastille out there, who's they were really big. They're still really big, and they're really good dudes, and they have just awesome fans. And so we went and we met a lot of their fans, and they're pretty, like they're just really excited, and it was a cool feeling to meet them and feel that from them. And we did that in the U.S. too, but we did a lot of our own tours as well. And so, like you said, like it really depends, like from city to city, from country to country. Like it's about what we bring, and if we bring the energy on stage, they're gonna feel it, and then I don't know. It's
infectious.
Yeah, it's on us.
Yeah, a lot of times I've asked that question of bands, and they will say that there's seems to be a greater appreciation for what you're doing internationally. They really listen more closely to the words, to everything.
Right.
Probably a large part of it is that English is not the first language in a lot of places.
Exactly.
Which is kind of probably cool for you guys to perform and have everybody singing along with your songs.
For sure.
Where English is not their first language.
That's the craziest thing is that people just, especially I don't know how to, in Asia and stuff like that. We've never played in Asia, but I've heard that, people that don't even speak English at all and don't even know what they're saying are singing every lyric.
Yeah, it's we would love.
You
to
guys
got
to play Japan because that's
we
a
would
cool
love
market.
to. If you're out there listening, and you're in Japan,
send an invite.
Yeah,
actually, we're looking to go anywhere.
Anywhere.
You just give us a call 1-800.
We'll go there.
Go anywhere.
1-800 Grizfolk. Does that work? Actually,
Does that work?
It's one too long.
Now, going from a major label to independent, what's been the biggest adjustment or change for you? Because that's Virgin's huge, and then you just recently made the change. So what's that been for you like?
Well, you don't have to be on a huge record label to have a huge impact on the world of music or on,
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. I mean, our management company, we have great management right now, and they have, there's like 12 people on our team or whatnot. And when we were at Virgin, there, everyone at Virgin was like, they're still our friends, and they're great people and some of the most stand-up people, and worked so hard for us. Like it wasn't like we left because of it. But it's the same thing. Like now we have a management company that has the same power and whatnot, and it's really just about what you put into like the music and what the message and the content that you're creating surrounding the music, the whole package together, and like something that can like reach people and like they can dive into it. You know what I mean? If you can reach people and then they can dive in further, then you can, doesn't matter who you're with or you know, what business is pushing you.
And you guys had a song on a film soundtrack
Yeah.
for a popular animated film.
Yeah, Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
How did that come together?
I think it was a DJ, right, for KCRW?
It was a radio DJ out at KCRW, Chris DeRitas, a friend of ours, and he just asked us to write a song for this movie that he was working on, Mr. Peabody and Sherman for DreamWorks, and we wrote it in about 30 minutes.
Wow.
On Frederick's doorstep, and we sent it to him, and they said, "Yeah, we love it."
That's amazing. When I hear people say, I wrote a song in 30 minutes, 15 minutes, I don't think I could write a song in months. And you could do it in 15 minutes, 30 minutes.
Well, there's a lot of work.
Some songs, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of work leading up to moments
Some of
like
them
that,
take
you know?
years.
Wow. All right, well, Grizfolk are with us and on tour for their latest album, so if you guys would do another song.
Sure. We'll do a song called In My Arms. This is our new single. And if you look at it online, it's featuring Jamie and Commons. He can't be here today, but
He's from England, right?
He is from England, yeah, and he's incredible. So check him out as well. How did it wake you? I had that falling dream again. I feel we're going nowhere. Can we start where we began? Couldn't love you more. I know I need to start where we began. Couldn't love you more. I know I need to start where we began. I feel we're falling away. You got me hoping for a miracle. Give me one more day. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Darling, are you with me? I hear you crying, but there's no tears. I feel we're riding in the backseat. Nobody wants to take the wheel. Couldn't love you more, couldn't love you more. Couldn't love you more, couldn't love you more. I feel we're falling away. You got me hoping for the miracle. Give me one more day. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. 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 I feel we're falling away. You got me hoping for a miracle. Give me one more day. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah. Let me hold you in my arms. Let me hold you in my arms, yeah.
Wow, very nice, very nice. And that is the new single?
That is.
Brand new. And it's called In My Arms, and it's been very, very popular on Spotify, as I mentioned earlier. And So you guys coming out with a video for that, or do you have a video out for it?
Yeah, there's
there's
one online right now.
All right, well,
Absolutely.
we'll check that out. Grizfolk, thank you so much for coming on. If
Thank
people
you so
want
much
to
for having
check
us.
you out, your music, they want to get the album or check you out on tour, where do they go?
Sure, you can check us out online at anywhere at Grizfolk. It's Grizfolk, one word. And we're everywhere under that username. So just look us up.
Google it, grizfolk.com,
Facebook,
Facebook,
same thing.
Instagram, Twitter. It's all just Grizfolk.
Just Grizfolk. All right,
Easy.
they'll find you, and on the world tour, they'll be able to come out and check
That's
you out.
right. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thank
Really
you, guys.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you all for coming here. I like your sound. It's great.
Thanks, man.
Really cool.
It's nice to meet you.
Grizfolk, waking up the giants. I'm Larry London, and you are tuned to Border Crossings.